Hey, just a quick heads up. We had a little bit of trouble recording this podcast when we were doing the live stream because I had my microphone set up not quite right, and we forgot to record our individual audio until about a third of the way through the episode. So my audio gets progressively more robotic and choppy until about 22 minutes in when we remember and we start recording, and then the audio is fine the whole time. So just a heads up, feel free to skip that part if it starts getting on your nerves. But it does get better, and next time we will have that fixed, as we say every time. It's at least a different problem every time. We do fix the problems, we just get new ones. Anyway, enjoy the podcast. We were going to be having Ricky here today as well, but he is not joining us because all of his computers in his house were seized by police.
It's because he's a hacker, like a 90s style hacker.
Yeah.
He goes around in a leather trench coat, sunglasses.
Yeah, that would be... I mean, honestly, he could. I don't know what he does.
Yeah, I don't know either. We were briefly in the same city as him.
Yeah, we went to Colorado for like how long? 4 days during this last month?
It was 3 days and 2 days of being stuck in a car.
Yeah, it's been a month since we did a podcast. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Bertel's asking why the chat is so large. I don't know. I have no idea. on the actual stream, it's like blown up really big. I don't know what's up with that, but I don't feel like fixing it at the moment. So yeah, we just kind of I don't know about Ian, but I just like fell out of bed about half an hour ago. But hopefully we will be doing this as our newest like podcast time and make it kind of consistent, because most people don't have anything going on Sunday mornings, which is when we're doing this our time. So we will try to actually like keep the same hosts and try to maybe do this more consistently and keep you guys updated.
Is this gonna be
on things.
our new community comments proxy?
I am still going to try to do those more in the behind the scenes videos. I have like enough footage to do 2 at the moment that I'll be releasing. It still probably won't be too consistent just because lots of things are happening all at once. This particular week I'm going to be we got 1 video being released. I've got to shoot and edit 1 video this week because we didn't do one yesterday because I didn't have a script ready in time. And then we're doing another Civ 5 video next Saturday, which is going to be another leader video actually. I
would be super excited to come out with, but cannot.
Yeah, I was gonna have Rachel in it, but she's moving during that week, that exact day, of course. But we're going to have Enrico and Theodora and Suleiman all returning for it, and then I'm casting Jeffrey as the King of Sweden from the game. I've forgotten his name. It's Gustavus, I can't remember. And then I'm thinking about adding Alexander the Great. And then I'm
Did you
not...
recast JP as Alexander?
I was thinking about just like actually casting somebody. He has kind of a distinct look. He's got like the curly hair and everything.
Well, it's actually so distinct to carry through multiple like centuries of iconography.
Yeah. So I have to find anybody. Hi, Pseudonym. Sorry for not acknowledging you earlier. I didn't realize you guys were actually hearing me. Let's see. Megalam is asking if we'll be doing a No Man's Sky video. That one's hard because it's
Production
all
value?
Yeah, it's all very very spacey. What we thought about doing is making like, just because we'd have to use a green screen anyway, we just do like a really cheesy Flash Gordon style like sci-fi episode of No Man's Sky or something, but I don't actually have an idea beyond that, but I'll think about it. That was kind of a train wreck.
The game?
Yeah.
It was I mean, people are still enjoying it, I think.
Yeah, no, I played it. It's like I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah, Joey had the PS4 version, so I got to try it out over at his place. Gustavus Adolphus.
So what makes a difference from like...
It says.
Gustavus, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how is it like different from Elite Dangerous?
I have not played Elite Dangerous, so I don't know. But just the entire...
Jeffrey's our Elite Dangerous guy, I guess.
The mechanical ability to just like exit a planet, fly to another one, and re-enter that atmosphere without having any loading screens is kind of amazing.
Yeah. That's
Like, it's... Some people are saying it doesn't have a lot of content in it. I feel like that's probably the hype issue that people were just kind of building it up a lot. And if that hadn't been done, it probably would have been better.
So
the main thing that I noticed was when the PC version came out, it was actually just unplayable.
I mean, people say that, but lots of people also had no problem with it. So
I mean, that day, if you went and looked at it, was only negative reviews on Steam all the way down of people saying they couldn't even open it.
Yeah.
Like 800 negative reviews, which is too bad. But it's kind of, I think it's got its feet back under it now, more or less. But I'm sure that's got to be like a hit in some way to the sales.
Well, they seem to have a massive pre-order thing going, so a lot of it was already sold.
Yeah.
But I've read that it's apparently only takes somewhere like 40 to 50 hours to get to like the center of the galaxy if you're like dedicated.
Yeah. That's
Which
surprising, actually. I couldn't get to the center of the galaxy by zooming through the map view at Joey's. I got impatient and stopped before I reached it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's still 50 hours of just like going through space is quite a lot.
Let's see. Checking the chat real quick. Ricky,
You're asking if we're gonna do Civ 6 videos.
Yes, we are going to be doing Civ 6. That's why we're trying to get all of our Civ 5 ideas out of the way before it comes out. We have 2 more to do. This one and then 1 more after that. And then Civ 6 comes out and we will buy it. It's actually basically a business expense now, so I'm just going to get a couple copies so I can probably play with somebody else and try it out. Ricky did not technically get the cops on him, but apparently whoever they rented their current apartment from is super shady, and so the cops came in and had to like take all of their computers. That's all I know. I just got a text from him this morning. Marcus Finn apparently is not satisfied with the new leader choices in Civ 6, which I don't have any current opinion on. I've been seeing them. Theodore Roosevelt is one of them, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I did.
That means I get to cast Theodore Roosevelt in the video at some point.
Apparently they did you see where they at one point they had him like super like puffy and like kind of like over obese, and in the most recent video they've changed him back down to like more teddy svelte. Yeah,
I kind of like the other one.
Yeah, but this one's more accurate.
I kind of like that they're all like weird caricature versions of themselves.
Yeah, I know there's been I saw a little bit of kerfuffle about Cleopatra.
Why? What about her?
Well, historically speaking, it's kind of a question whether or not she was actually pretty.
Okay.
Like, the back of her coin shows a profile that was not the most attractive, but, it's back of a coin that's, like, maybe a centimeter and a half wide, so whatever. And, like, all the ancient authors talk about her being very charismatic and charming and having wit to ply to ensnare her paramours.
Yeah.
But don't frequently mention like physical beauty.
I just know I'll be playing as her a lot. So assuming Egypt still works basically the same way. Even if it doesn't, I'll probably still be playing as Egypt.
Do we know who Rome is yet?
I don't know if I've seen Rome announced yet.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick check then.
Yeah, I'll have to look up and see who everybody is at the moment, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun to play. I don't know exactly what our first, video will be. I'll just try to put some actual hours into it, and then and see how it goes.
People are saying maybe Trajan. Trajan would be pretty cool.
I'm not sure who that is.
He is the emperor under which the empire reached its greatest extent.
Oh.
Who was followed up by Hadrian, both of whom were considered very good emperors. Hadrian was the first person to scale back the empire a little bit, because he was not very militaristic and decided he was more into that whole Greek philosophy thing. Kicking off as an era that was known as the Second Sophistic.
I think I've heard that name before at least.
Yeah.
I was double checking to see why the chat is all blown up in the in the stream, but I'm not seeing anything immediately obvious, which is not really a priority at the moment. So we started Twitch streaming. That's another update. Some of you may have been there already. We now have a Twitch channel. If you have not seen it, it's, I think, twitch.tv/whitelightninghq, so you can subscribe there and get notifications for when we're going live on that. We did a couple of tests showing our Minecraft server, and then another one attempting a community TF2 game, but Steam's group system made that difficult. But we'll probably be doing some more in the future tests, and then eventually that'll be leading up to our first big stream, which is going to be playing Mass Effect at Ian's and Rachel's place. We're gonna do like just a weekend long thing. Oh hey, the collective is here, and we'll be going to basically we'll put out a video just announcing it, so that hopefully we'll get some more people subscribed before then. And then that weekend, it'll just be like solid 2 days just streaming us playing Mass Effect.
Should be able to get through it, I think.
So we're just going to set it up, be all comfortable, have like a camera on us, with like a green screen set up, and yeah, just try to get through the whole game.
May have Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron will be around, so she and Rachel will probably just be like popping in every now and then. Maybe we can come up with some other events to do on the stream too. Like, Twitch usually does, like, giveaways and things. I don't know if we can come up with something fun to do.
I kind of like to... part of me, if we get a big enough response, part of me kind of wants to do, like, Twitch plays Mass Effect. Like, we get you a Renegade choice, and they just get to choose for you.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
But then again, I don't know. I'm going to have, like, I'm going to have a god book that tells us exactly what we need for each... like, exactly which quests we need to do and which ones we can ignore, just so we can get through, like... Because there are some things by the time you get to Mass Effect 3 that have, like, no, you had to do this one tiny little quest back then. So.
Yeah.
And then it'll all eventually, after the fact, be put up on the gameplay channel.
Yeah, Ian will be editing all the the whole stream down into individual episodes, which will be published on the Land of Q channel, so that it will actually have content on it. Currently, you can also see any of the streams you missed on that channel. If you go to... I think there's a link actually directly from ours if you're not aware of it, and you can rewatch any of those if you want. But yeah, during Mass Effect we also won't be reading anything because Ian recently played through all of them, so he'll just be explaining. He'll just be like doing Hitchhiker's Guide narrations for everything in the world, so that I don't have to stop and read stuff. I can just like power through everything like a true sci-fi action hero. It should be fun. Looking forward to it.
And that works, and we can do Mass Effect 2 at some point, which is the one we actually want to play.
Yeah. And then we got a lot of game suggestions, too, from people on the last stream to try out. So eventually we'll do, like, an actual Civ game, probably. Get some community people in. And then there's lots of party games that would be fun to do, so... Yeah, go check that out. If you go subscribe to Twitch, you'll get notifications when we go live, and then you can watch. That's the main point there. We're just trying to collect people. Our Steam group actually has like 130 people on it somehow. Yeah. I don't know how that one got so big so fast. But oh, also we got 16,000 subscribers a few days ago.
Woo!
So that was a nice landmark.
That was actually the biggest thing that happened during our trip to Colorado.
Right. Videos. Somehow.
Yeah. Because it was a totally non-productive trip. It was not any sort of, like, you know...
Yeah, it was like the first actual vacation I've done without... We didn't record a podcast. I tried. It didn't work. But...
Although, it got frustratingly close to working.
So
we were in the back of he was in the back of the car. We were driving through absolutely nowhere, Colorado, Oklahoma. And he almost got the stream working just based off of, like, my phone's 4G hotspot and, like, 7 aux cords and...
Yeah, I somehow managed to, like, use... I felt like a 90s hacker. I managed to, like, use components from around the car to put together a streaming system in the car. But unfortunately, there was just too much Oklahoma at the moment, and we weren't able to get a stream going from the road. But, That would have been pretty cool if it had worked. It did get pretty close. I was kind of proud of myself, even though it didn't work. Because I was still like remotely connecting to my home PC from the car, so it was working.
He managed to get a bunch of assets from his home PC onto his laptop. Just, you know, it's very much at least you showed a God could bleed sort of style.
I appreciate that Burnt L picked my favorite Hitchhiker's quote as the first one to be posted.
Yeah. It's a great mood setter, that one. But yeah, so we were actually in Oklahoma, or not in Oklahoma, sorry. Bad memories. We were in Colorado, just completely away from White Lightning business, and suddenly we jumped up 1,500 subscribers.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was because so 2K Games shared the latest Civ 5 video at the same time that the Bob Ross video got posted, and then got pretty big on the Vive subreddit and got shared by YouTube Gaming, so it was like all this stuff all at the same time. And we ended up getting like I think like almost 3,000 subscribers within 30 days by the end of it, which is the biggest jump we've ever had.
It was like a 5 to 10% jump in subscribers. It was pretty great.
Yeah.
Who knew all you had to do was put on a wig and placidly make death threats to Oculus users.
So hopefully we can kind of keep that pattern up and actually reach, like, my original goal at the beginning of this year was to try to hit 20,000 by the end. And for a while I was like, that's probably not going to work, but we might be able to actually pull it off. Apparently my audio is not working very well. Oh, you know what? We totally forgot to record our audio separately.
No, you're right.
That's obnoxious.
Someday. This is the Onion headline. Local podcast host promises better audio next time.
I haven't seen that, but yeah, that sounds about right. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, hello to TX Shadow, Texas Shadow.
Texas Shadow. Well, it's Texas Shadow now. It doesn't matter what it meant.
And then Avery Tyrell says, I only found this channel maybe a month ago, and I've watched probably half the videos came in through Civ 5 that got suggested somewhere. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Also, Chaotic Arrow has
Hopefully
joined.
It's the good half.
Yeah.
Hey, Chaotic Arrow.
But yeah, Colorado was a fun, nice, relaxing trip that we all just kind of went and hung out for a few days, went hiking, walked around the Boulder, Colorado campus, went shopping in the town that has the hotel from The Shining, yeah.
Although I've never seen it still, so. And I didn't see the word Shining anywhere in the hotel.
There was a whole gift shop that we somehow missed while we were there that was just all Shining stuff.
Shining. Yeah.
And then on our way back, we passed through... At one point, we passed through a town that was completely empty. And it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen on a road trip. It
looked like a zombie town.
It was called Hugo, Colorado, and there was just nothing.
Colorado.
There was no movement at all.
Nothing. I was still, pedaling along at 35, hoping not to get busted. But there were no cop cars. There were cars, nobody in them. There was there's something called a restaurant.
Yeah. It was weird. You can look it up. If you go to their website, it has a splash page, which isn't the thing that's been used in 10 years. And it's just a picture of this water tower with Hugo written on it. And it looks like a Russian space probe, just kind of sitting on the ground. And it was just this completely cloudy sky. And then Allison found she looked further on their website and found another photo of it that was so much better. It was this blue sky, actually looked like a nice place, but they chose the crappy picture because they were no, this more accurately represents Hugo, Colorado.
It's too bad. So going to Colorado, we decided very wisely to cut through New Mexico instead of Oklahoma. And that was actually, it took forever to get out of Texas because it always does. And New Mexico itself wasn't that interesting, but it was kind of deserty and sort of cool. Also, New Mexico had my favorite sign of all time, speed monitored by aircraft. Which
is great, because then we got back and Rocket Jump made a video about that exact sign.
We still don't know what it means.
Yeah, they don't either,
they
apparently.
They don't either, but, that was all the way through New Mexico. And it's like, we stopped at a gas station. That's actually where I stopped driving. And the second we got out of that gas station, it was like we were definitely in Colorado because there were mountains and we were like going up hills and it was beautiful. Going back through the Oklahoma way, even Colorado was boring.
Yeah, it was sad. You know what's weird? I actually accidentally have been recording my audio separately this entire time.
That's great. I haven't.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I guess you could open up Audacity and we could just like cut it in halfway through.
That seems like a poor idea.
But it might.
It seems like
based on past experience, the audio might degrade more and more over time. So if it's still okay, I could edit in a better version halfway through. It's not going to mess up the stream in any way. So if you just want to like start recording, I can.
You say that, but occasionally, we'll see.
Cut it in.
All right, I'm pressing the record button. Hello, hello. And is it actually the numbers going up? And I think that means its audio position is at all right. Okay, we're good.
All right, cool. We've now gotten to the point that we are now like true spaceship mechanics where we are fixing things while they are running.
Yep.
Which I guess John always was there. You can actually go back and find. I would not recommend doing it, but there exists a recording on a really old episode of White Noise where I think John repairs his microphone with a soldering iron while we were on a call. It was interesting. That was back when we actually started using Skype before everybody used Skype.
Yep. We're actually
like
now the only people I know left who still use Skype.
Yeah, not a lot of people use it anymore. Well, I say that. A lot of people do use it. It's
true,
not a popular internet thing to use at the moment because now there's like Discord and stuff.
All of my D&D groups have switched to Discord.
I don't think Discord has video calls though, so it wouldn't really work for this specifically.
No, probably not.
But yeah, Ethan kind of wants us to switch to it for doing games.
It seems like it works fine. Then again, I never really had that many problems with Skype working that fine, so.
Let's see, what else do we have? Apparently the sound is pretty bad, so it's a good thing that we started recording. It's okay, guys. The sound will sound better in the finished version. I literally don't know how to fix it either. Like, it's just everything's plugged in. I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to keep talking about it because then the final version of this podcast is just us talking about sound issues that you can't hear. Oh yeah, Daredevil Season 2 happened at some point and we weren't ever able to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's worth bringing up now.
Why not? We've got, it's going to be relevant again with Luke Cage coming out soon and things.
Yeah, good point.
Which, you still haven't seen Jessica Jones, have you?
Of course Burnt L has heard the episode I was referring to. No, I have not seen Jessica Jones. I've been rewatching all of Doctor Who, actually, and it's just reinforcing the idea that I will never be able to watch Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it's too bad. Because, I mean, it is... I get why, but it is the perfect... It's like...
Yeah.
Like, how do you make David Tennant into a villain? Make him super unimaginably charismatic. Well, he's already there, so... But as for actual Daredevil Season 2... Let's see. I have to go back and like search back and think.
Yeah,
what
I
my
gotta
thoughts
remember stuff. Generalizations. Punisher was great.
Although I'm kind of concerned about him.
That was argued
about him having his own series. Because like I don't want them
that'll be pretty cool. It'll be
flirt with the idea that
probably.
He's actually like a good guy. Because he's not. Let's not forget. He did just senselessly murder a bunch of people. Some of whom may have deserved it, quote unquote. But we'll see. They got pretty close. But, what else happened? Elektra happened. I liked Elektra mostly.
See, now you're kind of, oh, yeah, she was mostly fine. I was less enthused by Elektra than I was by.
I liked how they started her. She kind of got worse as she went on.
Personally. Yeah, she just had that. There's that whole like I don't know why, but the whole. No, really, you're just like me thing. Yeah. It gets on my nerves.
And when they did that with the Punisher too, and it's just like, yes, I'm just like you, except
that I don't commit murder and random wanton crimes for the sake of bloodlust. Except for the basic motivations, results, and methods that we use were exactly the same. It's especially funny coming from Daredevil, who is one of the most goody two-shoes heroes around.
Yeah, weirdly, even though he kind of like dresses as Satan and punches people in the face.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they managed to make him the most violent and the most nice guy ever.
But he is like the Marvel incarnation of lawful good.
Yeah, I am kind of really hoping. I don't know. Like, it's Marvel. I think they can figure out a way to make it work. If they can somehow combine New Spider-Man with Daredevil in anything, I will be very happy.
Yeah, well, I mean, that should work out pretty well, I think. They get along.
I feel like they could, because they got to work him into something eventually, right? One of the Avengers movies, they'll bring in some of the show characters, probably.
He's contractually obliged to say yes if they ask him to.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to think about what else. Actually, we might spoil something on Daredevil Season 2, by the way, if you haven't seen it, just as a warning. If we can actually remember anything to mention about it.
Speaking of spoilers,
I remember
who cares what a black sky is? Raise your hand.
Right, that was that was the main thing. There was a big hole in the ground at some point.
Yeah, the ninja hole.
And the ninja hole. Oh yeah, Avery's pointing out Captain America. I guess technically he would be more of a goody two-shoes than Daredevil is.
You're right, okay. But I don't think they disagree about much.
That's true. They'd probably get along pretty well. Daredevil's a bit edgier, maybe.
He's a bit more self-doubting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. Captain America doesn't. He's just the classic, good old Christian boy superhero.
Tell me, Steve.
Kind of hard to beat that.
Do you ever feel the need to go sit down and confess your sins to your pastor and wonder if it's all worth it if you're doing the right thing? Sins? What sins?
Yeah, that is weird because Daredevil is actually just Catholic.
Yeah.
I thought they did Punisher really well though. I
liked him a lot.
Like the whole point in the show, they actually addressed the is Punisher a good guy or not, and actually like had the people in the show arguing over that, which I thought was a nice touch. It's always slightly concerned me when people's favorite superhero is unironically the Punisher, or not even ironically, just the
like full-throatedly, like oh my god,
because they love who he is and what he does, not just because he's an interesting person.
This is like
that always it's a little bit telling about people, I think.
When Watchmen first got released, it was very consternating to Alan Moore because people liked Rorschach.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, guys, that's not what. No, you're missing the point by like a wide margin. All right.
Yeah.
But so it was. There's been some discussion recently about the Watchmen movie, and like I think they made. People are talking about how they think they made Rorschach too likable. It's like no, not so much as just people happen to like terrible people sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to avoid that. It seems. But I appreciated, like, I liked watching him. I would probably watch a show if they made just a Punisher show, just because that actor did a really good job.
Yeah, I definitely watched that. That was great.
It was written very well. I wish I had more analysis to give. This probably was a bad idea after a month.
Yeah,
to be able to talk about the show.
I've forgotten how much I've forgotten.
Yeah. So yeah, Daredevil season 2, 2 thumbs up, go watch. The current Netflix show, I guess, is Stranger Things, which I still haven't gotten around to.
Stranger Things is pretty great.
But
we binged
everybody
it.
in the world loves it.
No, I'm actually I do think it's good, and I recognize that it
is the Overwatch of Netflix shows.
It's got a lot of heart. It's got the child acting is fantastic.
No, hold on. I have to correct something. No, Bartel, Avery is John's wife, Ian's sister.
Right, no, that is, yeah.
Wrong order there.
My heart.
Anyway.
But like the child acting is fantastic. The writing is on point. The homages are really nice. The production values are high. I like the cinematography is great. There's some super excellent acting from the adults, and I really enjoyed it. But I don't really get like the Stranger Things subreddit has produced more like content than some full like movie like series subreddits have. It's like it's still consistently bumping up towards RL sometimes, and it's just like there's just so much and so much like fervor over it. And it's not even 8 hours long. I'm not sure where like they're just, but it's good. It's definitely good.
Well, I'm definitely looking for, like, I need to try that one. Mr. Robot supposedly is getting a lot of
Mr. Robot's supposed to be real good
reviews. I need to try that one out. I recently started watching Superstore. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Not at all.
They've only had one season so far. It's people working in like a Walmart type thing, basically. But it's kind of like, office-y sort of mixed with, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's like an office dynamic because it's a bunch of people working in one environment.
Yeah.
The show style isn't like The Office. It's not a mockumentary style thing. But it's also not like a classic sitcom either. I can't really think of a specific show I've definitely seen all the elements of it before, but maybe not specifically combined in that way.
It kind of sounds like Chuck without the spy bit.
A little bit. It's not written like Chuck either. It's a good show. They have some pretty good characters. I actually thought it was a commercial when I walked by it at first because it looks like it's shot like a commercial. Everything's very clean and colorful, and it's inside of like a Walmart basically. So it looks like it's a commercial for a store. And I'm guessing I'm actually interested in it a little bit just because I'm wondering if they actually just purchased and stocked a store to film it in. Because it seems like filming in a currently running one would be really difficult.
It would be really difficult. But I imagine they just have a set store. Hey, if Guy Fieri can do it...
I mean, it's a full store. Like, they go throughout the entire thing.
Guy Fieri has his own store for Guy's grocery games. I wouldn't suggest watching that, by the way. It's not worth it.
I've never heard that title until now, but it was not intriguing enough to make me go look it up.
It's like, we watch a lot of Food Network. And there are two tiers of Food Network shows. There's the, wow, this is actually pretty fun. And then there's the, no, this is terrible.
I mean, there seems like there's got to be a limit to how many shows you can do based around food, and it seems like they hit it a few years ago and kept going anyway.
You would think.
Let's see, what else do I have on my talking points list? We've got, so, I really hate using Facebook, but if you pay Facebook money, they will actually get you more video views, I've learned.
Cool.
So I've been recycling some of our ad revenue into paid ads on Facebook. And actually, like, the one of us in the car, the sneezing and driving one, got like twice as many views on Facebook as it did on YouTube because of that.
Really?
So I'm not actually sure how much that's contributing to like subscriber level or anything, but it's been interesting to kind of keep sharing it around and maybe like getting our faces out there a little bit more. So I've been trying that. Any Facebook shares actually end up helping because Facebook video is apparently a big thing, even though
I can't stand it.
I kind of hate it, yeah. But if I just drop a video and then leave, I don't have to worry about it anymore. So yeah, we're doing that now. But anybody who's not... Otherwise, I actually just wouldn't be using Facebook at this point if it weren't for White Lightning stuff, I don't think. It's kind of... I was just telling Ian before the thing started, it has become kind of... It's turning into what MySpace was right before it crashed, which is... It's just a mess of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you compare it to any currently existing social media platforms, there's just so many specific things.
So
it's like trying to do everything all at the same time.
Like, I don't
got
think
a streaming service.
I've never tried to like look
videos.
on Facebook for a specific app, but there it is. Like, okay.
Yeah, there's still games on it that I don't know if people play. I didn't play them back when they were popular, You can still schedule events. You can send money through it now. It's
No,
weird.
actually, it's
like,
really weird. Because I have friends who still only use Facebook, so I'll occasionally get sucked into like a Facebook chat or something. It's like, would you like to send money to Jamie? No, no, I wouldn't. And I would say something, and the message would come out with like an underline, and I would click on the underlined word, and it would then just like bring up a bunch of GIFs for me to use that replicate that word or something like. Facebook chat. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's gotten weird. I feel like it's not gonna. I don't know. Either it won't last much longer, or it will just like turn into a very specific user base.
Well, I mean, one thing that Facebook's always been really good at, maybe their downfall at this point, is just assimilating whatever is working for another social network.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't tag people on Facebook until Twitter added their @people thing, and then Facebook was like,
Right.
"Yep, that's us now."
But then it's just like that is the exact problem with it, is they're just like grafting so many things on that you can't ever actually use all of it, and then it's just physically cluttering it up. Like, it just looks ugly now. There's just too much stuff there.
They might just do a Redux at some point and just like smooth it all over, which would be nice. But I don't. I'm like my life has gotten significantly happier since I stopped using Facebook. Like,
That's the other thing. The main reason I stopped using it is just because I got angry at people that I knew if I tried to scroll through it.
yeah, like I don't know any of my friends' political opinions, and that's great.
The entire chat is just having a conversation
About Civ, yeah, they're just Civ. Which is actually going way over my head because I don't know how to play Civ. Like, I'm just
Yeah, that's true. But I don't actually know how to play most of the games that I play.
I just roam, and then I just destroy Carthage and we move on.
Yeah, I just pick Egypt. I pick Egypt and I build things. It's almost an effective strategy, actually. If you just pick a country and then just do what that country did, you'll probably be okay because it was programmed that way on purpose.
Yeah.
How many videos have come out, actually, since we did this last? We did Sneezing and Driving,
Which
was a rush. Wait, no, that made it sound exciting.
Yeah.
We rushed through it. It was...
That was our first one
It
back
was-
from Colorado, and it was just, what do we do? I know, how about a video about
like, easy
driving?
idea, in a car. It'll be fine. It's not like trying to do green screen within 5 hours has ever been a problem before.
Kyle apparently did himself great disfavor with that one.
It's apparently like giving birth or something. You just completely forget how painful it is later. The first time I did it was the green screen, not giving birth. The first time I did the green screen thing was on the first Kerbal video, and that was an absolute nightmare. It was like back when we were still releasing videos like midday on Monday or something, and I was basically just working on it all the way up until release. And was like, well, I'm never doing that again, and I don't know how many times I've done it since then. Before that one was the Bob Ross, and before that one was Civ 5, so those were our really big ones. The Bob Ross one was fun. We had that idea for a while, and I wasn't actually sure if it was going to work out because it was such a weird idea. But that one was also entirely green screen, and managed to work pretty well. But I didn't give myself, like, 1 day to try to do it, so that was probably part of it. But it was a really interesting combination of things that we had never really done before, and things that we had done before and were hard, like doing green screen the whole time, and dressing up as another existing person and trying to do an accurate imitation of them, and trying to do mixed reality at the same time, and then imitating an existing show and style, and yeah.
But that worked out super fantastically well, so.
It all ended up working. People liked it a lot. It was very, like, usually I always get nervous if we try to do something different than what we normally do, and they always end up doing really well. So maybe we should just try that more often. One of our next Civ videos is it's like going to be like a Discovery Channel documentary style, so that'll be pretty different and should be fun just to see how that goes, how people receive that one. But we have a few more ideas in the future that are kind of parodying parroting existing shows actually has done pretty well for us.
Yeah, it has.
Because we've done Bob Ross and we did Ghost Finders, which worked out really well. Even though Ghost Finders didn't actually get a whole lot of attention, but
It
I
was a
still
very good
think
video.
it's probably one of our best quality ones. Like, anytime I just need to show people what we're doing, I almost always include that one.
Part of the primer.
We did Pokemon Go, I guess, since last time. We've done quite a few since last time. When was our last?
I don't even remember. I don't think I was part of the last podcast, so.
Our last podcast was June 15th, so yeah, it's been a while.
A month and a week.
That's been like, it's the 21st of August.
No,
Ian.
sorry, I thought you said July 15th. No, okay, fine. 2 months in a week.
Yeah.
So that's 9 videos.
So yeah, we did Pokemon Go, and the whole Pokemon Go thing happened while we weren't podcasting.
Which my phone still can't play, so I'm still level 4. I actually like one Pokemon away from getting to choose a team.
Yeah, I never really got
I'm
into
accepting bribes for which team I should pick.
it. Is it still going? Is it still a thing?
It's still a thing.
Has it died out at all?
I mean, it's
or?
definitely died down, but I mean, it's still very well. Like, there's still businesses doing promotions for it. There's still lures everywhere.
Yeah. We just kind of had to do it because there was no, like, we couldn't not do a video about it, but I never actually ended up playing it. I kind of messed with it a little bit for the purpose of the video, but I got more information from, I think, from Jeffrey and from other people who had played it.
It was actually kind of fun when we were in Colorado, on the CU Boulder campus. We were able to basically give ourselves a guided tour by just like listening to Rachel ramble on about which Pokestops were nearby.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Rachel was just playing it the entire time we were in Colorado.
And we could just like go from spot to spot.
Burnells, I honestly, I have no idea what's happening with the stream, like, graphic chat right now.
It's gotten
there should be
real bad.
nothing should be dynamic about it. It's just a direct feed from the stream. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, we did get one of our Team Rocket costumes early, so we'll be doing that video. Joey actually gave some interesting suggestions on that video. I'll have to run by you later, Ian.
Really?
About the Team Rocket in the bar video that we're planning on doing. Let's see, we also had the stuffing of Legends was one of them that came out since last time. I was kind of proud of that one.
Yeah,
that was an animation idea.
That was an old video.
I actually still have the original recordings of just me doing the voices that I was going to animate to.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured we're never going to get around to it, so maybe I can just film it. I needed an idea for a weekend, and I was like, I have this script already written. It's already pretty funny. Maybe I could just film that. The only problem is that at the end, I need an actual bear. So how do I get around that? And I ended up just going, you know what? I'll just use an actual bear. Why not?
You know, I want to be on record saying, a long time ago, I asked you, are you sure this isn't just going to end up being like a live action thing? You're like, no, Ian, it involves a bear. And I was like, okay.
To be fair,
but
back then I could not have pulled that off.
Yeah, but I never doubted.
I'm surprised it worked as well as it did this time. I think I spent like $50 on that shot of the bear, actually. Yeah, it was
$50 bear.
It's not a cheap bear. Stock footage is expensive. I try not to buy it as much as possible. And I have to, you have to kind of gauge, like, is this actually worth it, or should you just come up with a different shot? But I couldn't think of a funnier ending to it, and it worked, too. That was the other thing. Like, I actually managed to edit it in a way that was believable. Everybody ended up, like, there were lots of comments about the bear shot, talking about how good it was, so I'm glad that ended up working out. And it was a fun video to edit. Filming was not so fun because it was hot, and
yeah, Kyle was actually just
allergies.
Basically that character, apparently.
Yeah, I was just like dying of heat stroke the entire time. But we got to have Matlock back, so that was fun.
Always
and
worth
he'll
it.
be back for the 27th apparently for doing the next Civ video.
Wow, Burntel with a history drop.
Burntel is our historian. He knows everything. I do apologize for the audio quality. We are both now recording our audio, so if you watch this again afterwards, it should be fine. I literally don't know Like, my microphone's just plugged in the exact same way it always has been. I don't know if it's something with the mic or with the... I don't know. I have no idea. It may have something to do with the fact that I'm feeding it through the Zoom recorder, actually. I think previously I may have just been plugging it directly in, and that fixed the problem. So, we'll, every single time we try, we'll be trying to fix stuff. Eventually we'll have a professional podcast. And then other than that, we had Science Victory. That was a fun one. We had to film that one twice because the audio didn't record the first time, so I actually had to go back to Jeffrey's place and reshoot that one. But it was worth it because it turned out really well. And then we had the DayZ video, and we had the Comic-Con video, which we actually filmed at Comic-Con, which was
That was fun.
Yeah, it actually was.
It was a difficult day, but and we totally missed like half of the people we came with. They just like disappeared immediately.
Yeah. We just took a bunch of pictures with a bunch of people though for the purposes of the video. I just walked up and
I thought it was totally worth it just for costume spotting. Yeah.
Yeah. I got really good at like asking people for pictures. I can somehow walk up and ask somebody to take a picture with their child and they'll let me do it.
Yeah, it's because
I didn't even. Ian pointed out afterward, like, Kyle, you shouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah. I couldn't do it, I don't think. Like, and I think I'm pretty inoffensive and generally, like, fine. But
it might be because I look like a cartoon child already.
Yeah.
And so people just aren't sure what to... Like, we discovered the other day, if I put a hat on backwards, it makes me look like I'm 10 somehow. Yeah. I don't actually know how... Because I'm obviously not 10, because I'm 6 feet tall. But I look like a cartoon kid. That's what it is. I don't look like an actual kid. It's not like I could blend in or pass for a 10-year-old, but I still look 10 somehow. It's hard to explain.
You could play a high schooler better than most people on TV.
Yeah, I look Hollywood high school probably. Which is why I wanted to make a Spider-Man thing, but
yeah,
it's probably too late for that now.
Because
I will be getting a Spider-Man costume for the next Comic-Con though, so maybe we can just go back to doing a video, just so we can use a Spider-Man costume.
We can totally do a couple of Spider-Man videos or something.
We can try to come up with something. I'm not sure exactly what, because I couldn't come up. Before I tried to come up with something and ended up coming up with an entire mini-series, so I can try again.
It's okay. Like I said, all we have to do is just be good enough, like, producers and directors and generally, like, high enough in the film world, so when the next Spider-Man reboot comes around, they ask us.
Yep.
Although...
hopefully there won't be a next Spider-Man reboot
but
anytime soon. The new guy looks... I've actually been following him on Instagram.
Yeah.
And he's actually just, like, spending most of his spare time going around to children's hospitals in costume.
That's
like,
great.
every day there's, like, just different photos of... I'm forgetting his name already.
Tom
even though I'm
Holland?
following him. Yeah. But yeah, there's lots of photos of him just, like, going around in costume and talking to people and stuff. Marcus Finn is asking how old I am. I'm actually going to be 24 in about half a month.
That's right. You're still kind of baby and stuff.
Yeah. Well, wait. You're just like a year older than me.
I'm 25.
Aren't you? 2 years?
I'll be 26 in March.
Ian is the old person of White Lightning HQ.
Actually, Rachel's the old person. She's 6 months older than me.
Really? I didn't actually know that.
Yep, she will be 26 in a month.
Reed is the youngest. Inexplicably, Jeffrey and John are both a year older than me.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. I just kind of refuse to believe that in general. Like, I just sort of just pretend it's the other way around and it works better for me.
Avery Tyrell says, whoa, someone beat Burnt L to a White Lightning HQ fact.
It's L for Light.
Of course it was L for Light who did so. The secret is if you put L in your name, apparently.
This all goes back to Death Note. Which I'm supposed to ask you, L for Light is your name in Death Note thing? Because it definitely sounds like a Death Note thing.
Let's see, is there anything else we wanted to touch on for this podcast? Next week we should maybe have Ricky back if the police have returned all of his equipment, and I will try a new microphone configuration, and maybe the stream will actually sound decent.
Got like a chaotic error over here. Basically, just a senior citizen.
27. That is. Yep, that's pretty old.
I mean, you're basically just dead.
I guess that's pretty much it. I'm currently... So, I thought there was an extra week in this month that there isn't. So, I'm going to be scrambling for the next week to try to finish stuff up. And so, next podcast, I guess I'll let you guys know how that went. It looks like I probably won't get Action Dive done by the end of the month, as I was hoping.
Oh, that's too bad.
But maybe by the end of September, I'll be able to get that out. Yeah, I just haven't had time to work on it within like the past week, and probably won't for the next week either because of all the videoing.
Name is not a Death Note thing. Well, that's too bad. Or probably good. I don't know.
But I guess that's about does it for this podcast. Any final things you wanted to say, Ian?
Appreciate you showing up this early in the morning to watch us, because y'all seem way more excited about it than I was.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a note to come up with a way to end each podcast episode before next episode.
That'd be good.
We're actually
just like a little segment
going, just some way to do just anything without just petering out like we do every single time. Burnt L says, I think Kyle should mention when the next Twitch stream is and what it'll be about. I don't know. I don't actually have one planned, but we will post something. We might not actually do one this next week because I'm going to be trying to shoot and edit a video while also prepping for the Civ 5 video.
Yeah.
So I might not really have any time to do streams before the next Sunday podcast.
Although the Mass Effect one we're thinking about, we're definitely trying to angle into September.
Yeah.
So that'll be our big
that's
one.
Current
We just had to do Mass Effect
goal.
with White Lightning weekend.
Yeah, it'll just be a Saturday and Sunday at some point during that month.
We should probably do maybe do the beginning on a Friday night, if we can. Like get like the face creation done.
Yeah, might be able to. I could actually do that because I can go where I want when I want now.
Yeah, for that matter. Like, I mean, actually, it's just...
Oh, right. Yeah, that happened. One more thing that happened since last podcast. I left my job and am now doing freelance stuff full time. Kind of a major life change. Didn't really think about it. But yeah, it does give me a little bit more flexibility, like being able to film a video on Tuesday this week, which is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually going all right. I've got students that I'm teaching, and me and Joey got our first actual freelance video job that we're going to be starting this week as well. This week's going to be busy. There's not going to be any streams this week. I'm actually just going to lay that out right now. No Twitch streaming at all until our next podcast, which won't be on Twitch either. It'll be here. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens after that. But this week's going to be pretty packed, so probably nothing happening during that time. I might be able to put out a behind-the-scenes video if I can find time to finish cutting that one together. But for the most part, it'll be this Monday's video, and then probably nothing until next Sunday. But I will see you all then. Thank you all for joining. Have a good day. Leave any suggestions in the comments of this video when it goes up for ways to end the episodes. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye, folks.